This is a Clouds weather alert.
Good Thursday, everybody. Meteorologist Casey Cloud here in the Weather Center with this update, this weather alert, really, as we continue to watch the threat for storms here as we look ahead tomorrow and early Saturday, especially. That's when we could have a even higher severe weather threat than what we're going to see tomorrow. There is a chance tomorrow that threat is a more of an isolated nature for those storms to go severe. But we're going to break it all down for you now, real quick, right off the top. Conditions are pretty nice, have cleared out here, so we actually have a window here if you want to go to the Bradford County Fair or something like that. Conditions are nicer right now, so if you want to do that, just go ahead and maybe watch this update later and go on out there because the rest here of the period looks like it's going to have some type of weather impact, Roy, tomorrow with the storms, and then Saturday will be that cold weather. Maybe Sunday you'll be able to get out there as it starts to warm up some, but the ground will definitely still be saturated for sure. So this will be the prime time to go, Roy. I mean, here as we're kind of looking out that way. Just depending on exactly what you want to do out there. But as we go ahead and just kind of look at things, I know we're going to have more rain coming to the picture. We'll just watch things very carefully because I know there's just so many outdoor events. The Players Golf Tournament, they had to have some different delays in there today. The greens were really wet, and then they had a lightning delay there as well. And then as we look off toward internationals, that's going to be impacted, and no doubt here tomorrow as we look ahead there, just with the storms that are going to be in the picture. We're going to get you through everything now in terms of that severe weather threat. I'm going to break it all down for you. I know we just have so many things to go over. It's such a busy time of year, really. And we're going to look back at the rainfall amounts real quick, though, over the last 12 hours or so. You'll kind of get an idea of what we're talking about with some of these different amounts toward Bradford County. I mean, as we zoom on in, you can see some areas closer towards dark, around an inch, maybe a little less, but it's south of here around an inch and a half as we look down here. And this is again a 12-hour period, so bear that in mind. Not the full day, but closer to 2 inches there as you're going between Hampton and Brooker. There, as we're going out toward the west, you kind of get the idea. You see some heavier rain there with the purple showing up. That's indicating about excuse me, about 2 inches of rain here. Though, so that's definitely something to kind of be mindful of. As again, we're gonna have a very busy time here in the Weather Center, and we have that flood watch. You might have seen that here a moment ago. I'll go ahead and pop that back up for you guys out here on another weather computer. Might have seen that when we were just coming on the air here 1 second ago, Roy. But we'll kind of tell you what we're talking about here with our GR level 3 computer right now. You do see here in the green color that is a flood watch that's in play here. So you kind of have to just be mindful of that potential here for that flooding because we're going to have just so much rainfall here on that Friday, potentially, and in early Saturday. Definitely playing a role here. Definitely something to kind of be watching for here in the Weather Center. So, what we're going to do real quick though, we're going to take a quick break in the coverage and be back in about 2.5 minutes with more information.
This is a Clouds Weather Alert.
Back with you once again. That flood watch continuing there for sure as we look out toward Tallahassee. But now I want to jump into that forecast as we get here toward tomorrow here. You can see the rainfall could even have an impact on a parade scheduled here toward Bradford County. It's going to be around 9 a.m. or so as of last check. And you can see some rain. This is the HRRR model, about 15Z there at 10 a.m. And you can kind of see what the storyline is potentially telling us here. As some of these storms could be strong right now, it looks like maybe keeping that heavier accent out of the picture until after that parade concludes. But it's going to be a real close call there for sure. We'll continue to watch that here in the Weather Center. You can always go to cloudweather.com/radar for an interactive look at things. But now we have that threat of severe storms tomorrow here. As we say you here, that outlook all the way through 7 a.m. Saturday. Now, it's a little bit confusing in that the outlook goes from 7 a.m. Friday to 7 a.m. Saturday. There's no way to isolate the threat necessarily here on this, but you kind of get the idea of what we're talking about here. In the picture, we're going to continue to be watching how things are going, how things are evolving. We'll just want to continue to monitor the progress of different things here across the area, because I know it'll be interesting to watch here how these storms do end up coming together. You'll be able to kind of just see here with the enhanced risk that's in play, that enhanced risk here off toward the west, kind of something that's really noteworthy here, as we could have some stronger severe weather even possible out there, out toward areas there around Tallahassee. So we just have to be watching. I know I'm losing frames. I apologize about that. So just a little distracted here, but you kind of get the idea as you see the slight risk here off toward the east now, toward north central Florida, toward Jacksonville here, kind of giving you guys that idea as we have that lower threat. Now that could even be during the day tomorrow. That slight risk definitely in play. I'll step out of the way to see you guys that full picture here. You guys can kind of see what we're talking about. So again, we're just going to be watching the situation here as these storms will be coming in to the picture. As we look ahead here in the timeline, we're going to be watching things and just want to have multiple ways to get alerts. I know in that enhanced risk area, that's something where in the overnight hours things could really maximize in terms of that severe weather threat. So definitely something to kind of stay tuned for here. We'll keep on watching and keep on tracking the scenario as the situation does still continue to come together. You see the slight risk there off toward, again, Stark Gainesville. That could be, though, all evening, all afternoon, that threat. Now, that squall line will be moving in, though, as we get closer to about 7 a.m. here on that Saturday. So we'll kind of see that period now. And you can see, though, I have the tag at the top of the screen. Storms will be clearing the area by around noon. So just bear that in mind. If you have some afternoon plans, might be some cleanup, though, from the storms here for sure. That'll be something to watch out for. And then you see, though, our tornado safety tips is important. We'll probably have some multiple tornado watches in play here. I just want to charge up the devices in case of power loss. Here in this situation, I definitely want to be watching for that. Definitely want to be watching for that here. And then if there's a tornado warning, you want to seek shelter inside this dirty building and get as many walls between you and the outside as possible to protect yourself from flying debris by putting on a bicycle helmet. And then here, as we look at the covered area, of course, will be on for any of these 62 counties as severe weather does potentially evolve here. And as you see that rainfall forecast, here, definitely telling a story with that moisture really pumping, and even out toward next Tuesday, that rainfall chance will still be with us here. So I have to continue to watch for that. And you see that measured rainfall here toward just the first couple months. I mean, 3.24, and just today, 1.53 on that rain gauge here. You'll just want to continue to watch how things do evolve with that flood potential. Again, that flood watch and play off toward the west, but even off toward the east, definitely some rainfall amount adding on up. We just have to be kind of watching out for that here as we go ahead and keep on moving along down to that extended forecast. You can see here toward Friday, toward Saturday, those rain chances definitely going to be up there, and that's going to be nasty as you see the cold weather coming in for Sunday, though. It's going to be chilly. We hinted at that in the description here. 29 degrees. Definitely going to have issues with those plants. You got to protect those out there. You got to make sure you're being extra careful in this situation because if you have plants that are starting to grow here in March, they could end up being impacted by the freezing temperatures. So I just got to keep on watching for everything here in the weather situation. There's so much happening. I know we're losing a lot of frames. I apologize for all the technical difficulties here. Just sometimes that's how it is with that internet connection here. But we'll get those things ironed out for us. For the coverage, you can count on me on all the different platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll continue to be watching things very carefully here. Just as I know the situation does continue to evolve, we'll be guiding you through everything as it does occur. I know windy conditions even on Saturday here, folks. That's something to kind of be mindful of for sure. On that Saturday after the storms get out, it's going to be chilly. You need a jacket. Temperature being core there in those 60s. And then snow coming into the picture here, areas to our north, not in our viewing area though, that's the good news I guess, but areas there in North Georgia, North Alabama, definitely seeing that come into the picture here as it's just going to be an upside down day around here. There's no snow for us, so not having to worry about that. So I think that'll pretty much do it. I'll leave you guys with that extended